Greetings. For the modern entrepreneur, the constant stream of analytics and data can feel less like a roadmap to success and more like a recurring anxiety attack. Do you find yourself dreading the moment you have to open your analytics dashboard, viewing data analysis as a dry, confusing chore that seems only to highlight your shortcomings? This common experience, often termed data dread, is a major pain point. The negative association we form with numbers cause us to avoid the very insights and objective feedback that are essential to grow our business, connect with our audience, and sustain our joy in the work. The reality of data dread, the judgment trap. We must first acknowledge the core of the problem, the judgment trap. Too often, we approach analytics from a place of intense self judgment. We aren't looking for understanding, we are looking for proof. Either proof of failure that confirms our deepest business anxieties, or proof of success that momentarily validates our efforts. When the numbers don't immediately align with our hopes, this turns the entire data review process into a stressful event filled with self criticism, shame, and defensive posturing. Our focus becomes internal. I should have done better, or this idea was stupid, instead of external and objective. This emotional cloud is thick, causing us to miss the valuable, objective, and often encouraging stories the neutral numbers are tirelessly trying to tell us. The data is simply feedback, but our fear turns it into a harsh critic. The mindful solution? Reframe analytics as discovery, not judgment. The mindful solution is to completely shift the foundational approach to analytics. The goal is to move from being an anxious student awaiting a grade to becoming a curious, non attached explorer of your own digital landscape. It's about shifting your internal monologue from the self critical question, what did I do wrong, to the expansive opportunity focused questions like, first, what interesting story is this data telling me? Second, what can I learn from this information to better serve my audience? And third, where are the hidden pockets of success I might be overlooking? This reframing liberates your mind to process the information constructively. You stop seeing a low conversion rate as a personal failure and start seeing it as a fascinating clue about user behavior that needs further investigation. And you can do so with these mindful, practical steps by implementing curiosity. Remember, mindfulness is not just a philosophy, it is a set of practices. By integrating these simple, actionable steps, you can cultivate a routine that transforms data review into a rewarding and insightful experience. And you can start with mindful practical step one. Ritualize the approach. Rename and re ritualize. Instead of booking a stressful analytics review on your calendar, rename the event to a data discovery session or audience story time. This simple linguistic shift subconsciously prepares your brain for curiosity, exploration, and learning instead of criticism and defensiveness. Set the scene. You treat this time as a creative, focused ritual. Put on some calm instrumental music that doesn't distract you. Start with 3 deep cleansing breaths. Approach your dashboard not like a condemned person, but like a detective looking for compelling clues or an anthropologist studying a new culture. The goal is to observe, not to judge, which leads us to mindful practical step two. Ask better questions that focus on resonance. The quality of your insights is directly proportional to the quality of your questions. The next time you open your data, deliberately swap destructive, failure focused questions for constructive, resonance focused questions. As an example, here's the first destructive question: why did this post fail? Listen to how you're sounding to yourself. You have already condemned yourself. Change the question to a constructive question. It will focus on discovery and opportunity. Who did this post resonate with most? And what can I learn from them? Here's the second destructive question: why are my sales down? Again, you're beating yourself over the head. The constructive question would be: what was the top user path of my best customers who converted successfully? Again, you're discovering what is best, not why is everything down. You do see there is something positive there. And the third destructive question: why is my traffic so low? You can turn that into a constructive question. Which channels and content pieces brought in the most engaged, high quality users? The power of positive patterns is by focusing on what is working, even a small success. You find the patterns that hold the blueprint for scalable growth. Instead of trying to fix 10 things that didn't work, you double down on the one thing that delighted your audience, which leads to mindful practical step 3. Practice non attachment to outcomes. This is perhaps the most advanced mindful step. It requires seeing the numbers as fundamentally neutral. They are not good or bad, they simply are. They are pure feedback from your audience and the market. Your job is to not mess that up. Your job is not to emotionally react to them, but to calmly interpret them. A successful entrepreneur knows that failure is simply a data point, the most essential and expensive data point you can acquire. By practicing non attachment, you gain the clarity needed to pivot without the paralyzing fear of failure, which leads to embracing curiosity in metrics. When you make the conscious choice to embrace curiosity, data ceases to be a harsh critic and becomes a friendly, insightful guide. You unlock powerful, objective insights without the accompanying stress and emotional turmoil. Data is your ally. Numbers are not designed to hurt your feelings, they are designed to inform your strategy. They are a gift, a direct, unfiltered line of communication from the people you aim to serve. When you approach them with a genuine sense of wonder and discovery, you transform a chore into a core strength of your business. This is how the mindful in I'm messing up my own saying. This is how the mindful entrepreneur finds genuine joy, not just in the outcomes, but in the continuous stress-free process of learning and adaptation. So, in closing, the journey to data joy big, messed up again, begins with a single step. So, what curious, opportunity focused question will you ask in your very next data discovery session? And if you're ready to make data your most trusted ally and leave behind the dread, please like, share, and subscribe for more guidance on building a successful, sustainable, and mindful business with a mindful internetpreneur. Thank you for engaging with this practice. Stay mindful.